Hello ladies and gentlemen, VForceWave here, and welcome back to Mario Tennis Power Tour. This is part 2, and if you didn't watch part 1, there's a link in the description to go watch that, and probably an annotation up here if you want to go watch it. I mean, it's super important, like, exposition of the story, but basically, I'm sure you watched it. So, let's get right into it now. We're not worried about the welcome workout, because, you know, we're not going to do that again, because it was the welcome workout. So, we're going to play some doubles. Let's go play some doubles. And let's just, like, wreck competition, because we got to get up to varsity. Well, first we got to beat junior, then get to senior, but then we're going to get to varsity. So let's get on with the show, and let's go around. Yeah, we got to go to varsity. I just said that, Clay. Alright, so Rack is getting a little worried because, you know, whatever, but... Alright, so let's go head over to the junior courts to get in some practice. So the way this game works is, from what I can recall, because, you know, it's one of the games I played a lot when I was a kid, is that how you get to rank up is there's 4 groups basically, and there's the 4th ranked, the 3rd ranked, the 2nd ranked, and the 1st ranked, and you have to beat those in order. Right now we are unranked because we are at the bottom because we're brand new. So what we gotta do is we gotta beat rank 4 and work our way up. So this is the coach here, and well, yeah, I remember you. Well, no, I remember you. No, man, I remember. So whatever. So this dude was apparently at the welcome workout, but really I remember him because he was the he was the guy who was talking about Mayonnaise, the ultimate tennis champion, who with the masked dudes. So yeah. So apparently we're tenacious. That's our character archetype. So whatever. It's pretty standard, but we can get some good knowledge about this coach while we're trying to learn. So there's really nothing else going on right now. So how about we talk about that wiki information I was talking about? So, the gameplay, here we go. The gameplay of Mario Tennis Power Tour is similar to Mario Power Tennis's gameplay. Players play tennis with other characters in both doubles and singles, and there are several mechanics such as topspin, slice, and power shots, which will actually unlock one of those soon enough, give it a few parts. There are both offensive power shots and defensive power shots, which are earned further into the game. Offensive power shots are very powerful attacks. They power up the ball, and when they make contact with another player, they put a side effect on him or her, such as knocked back a little bit, running around dazed, etc. Defensive power shots can negate the secondary effects of offensive power shots, and they can reach balls which would normally be out of reach, which is very helpful later on. Especially, you'll see, I'll get some of these guys, they'll get knocked around really hard, or I'll, like, slice it right through them. You'll see what I'm talking about, like a diagonal angle through the 2 players. It's going to be really helpful when they do that to us once we get to varsity. But yeah. There's topspin and slice, and each topspin has more power than slice, while slice spin exchanges a tiny bit of power for more curve in the character's shot, which is the A and B buttons. As well as this, there's also a variety of shots such as lobs or smashes, and you can actually like angle the ball, which is pretty cool. You can like press forward, back, left, or right to angle it around. So without further ado, let's get into our first ranked match of the game. It's for the 4th place in the junior division, which would be second to bottom, with the bottom being unranked. So, we can finally get into the gameplay portion of this, and as you can see, it's pretty standard, but it's really cool tennis. So, what's really bad, though, is that the AI is sometimes a little bad. Oh, she got smashed in the face right there. The AI of your partner is usually, for the most part, not the greatest, but I mean, it works. So, usually, I'm gonna get, like, up in the front and do the most damage, but for now, let's just kinda... I mean, this is the easiest match in the game, so we should kind of play around with the AI a bit. Because it has been years since I've touched this game. So yeah, I really like the court for the junior division, because it's nice and blue, it's got a very calming color. I'm not really a fan of, like, the red, but I mean, the blue's nice. And that star right there, it like, powers you up if you fire, if you lob your shot or whatever, when you're standing in that star. I don't really know what dictates what gives you that. Really, I don't even know what dictates giving you a power shot, but we don't have to worry about that yet because we don't have power shots. So, this tennis match is actually going to take a while because it's the first one in the game and I was just kind of getting a feel for it. But, you know, it'll happen eventually where we can just breeze through these matches, even though they'll eventually start to get a little more harder. We'll be able to have enough experience. And speaking of experience, this is somewhat of an RPG. You can like level up and get experience points and rank up your individual stats, which we'll see after this battle. So that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, see right there with the diagonal shot that I was talking about, using a defensive power shot would actually help you to recover from that, which will become extremely helpful later on. I don't. I remember that like once you start playing for that round quite a bit, you'll get your power shot, which will give you kind of a explosive effect around your body. But really, I only end up getting those power shots right when I hit the ball and win for that set, I guess. I don't know the points, the 15 points or 10 points or whatever. And really, the scoring system in tennis is weird because you go from 15 to 30 to 40, and then you just win, which, I don't know. See right there, I got the star shot. I jumped up a bit and it was a lot more powerful. And we just completely missed that. So yeah. Alright, so we just jumped a bit, so that was pretty cool, because the game really, it does a lot of stuff automatically for you, but you do have to have some skill to play, because, well, it's hard to explain how the game works, but if you've played a Mario Tennis game before, it's pretty much got the same formula, but to explain it for someone who's never really played a Mario Tennis game before, basically, if you mash on the A button, you have, like, a stronger shot, and when the ball's finally coming towards you, you'll automatically jump towards it and do your shot, or whatever you chose. Kind of like right there. So we just want to set, and for most of these matches, I think it's just going to be 2 sets. Maybe there's going to be more once we get to Varsity or Island Open. I think the last battle of the the senior division has more than 2 sets, but I'm not 100% sure because I'm not that far into the game. So now you can see I'm starting to pick up the pace. We're starting to get points a bit faster, which is really going to help us along. And I'm going to also try and make these videos around 10 plus minutes, although sometimes they'll be slightly below, but forgive me for that. But this is the best way to hand. There we go. See, they can't do anything. It's a diagonal shot straight through the defenses. When you see a shot like that, you really want to angle it to go through them. And that is the partner AI I was complimenting earlier, being super helpful. And right there, see the diagonal shots, it's going to kill them. It's really, really powerful once you get it down. This game actually does require a bit of strategy, and later on you will see that it all really just depends on your positioning of the characters. Now, I will be doing the singles playthrough as well, because I want to get into the singles part of the Island Open. Really just show you all this game has to offer before you decide on whether or not you want to play it for yourself. And again, I love it how you actually get points by just nailing them in the head with the ball. It's pretty funny. I don't really get that. Is that how actual tennis works? Like, if you smack somebody with the ball, do you get the point? Because you'd think that they would probably get the point. Jeez, that's pretty humiliating that you lose by getting just smacked. But here's that experience RPG element I was talking about. And we're going to distribute this about evenly, but that's not going to be right. Let's sacrifice a couple points so that we can get up to equal level. And alright, let's try and get this as equal as possible. That's good. And I don't really know how I want to build these characters. I mean, I could make them completely equal to each other, like all individual stats are about the same. Or I could kind of go for a more power, more speed, more control, or whatever. Sidespin, I have no idea what that does, so we'll probably get around to that later. Like, understanding what each stat does. I mean, power, control, and speed are somewhat self-explanatory, but sidespin? I don't know, maybe power is like your A, and sidespin's your B. But, I don't know, so let's just... I really don't know how this bit works with the stats either. I mean, the bar is increasing, but on others it seems to go back down. I guess we can make him more powerful, but really, and never mind, we're gonna redistribute those XP because that worked out perfectly. Alright, so I know what I'm doing now. We're gonna make myself become more powerful, more speed, kind of like a physical sweeper, if you will. Whereas we're gonna make this dude, since the AI is so terrible, we're gonna have him a little more control and responsiveness so that he's not completely worthless. Another cool bit about this is you can unlock the junior, varsity, and senior characters into the free play mode of the game, which I will go over later on, probably once we beat the game. I'll do a couple quick exhibition matches to display that, along with the mini games, which are actually just training, so I'm pretty sure we'll cover that. But yeah, also it's pretty cool how once you beat them, they have like this little meltdown of I can't believe we lost. And I mean, it's entertaining. It gives all the characters, well, character, I guess. And really, it's just a really well-made game. And once you get further up, they'll start to get a little less sour about losing, and then they always have a little quip once they're done. which really makes you hate them. But I mean, it's reasonable for losing when you're in juniors. I mean, they went to the unranked portion of the class. So, I guess it's fair enough, but it's pretty mean-spirited in a way, but you gotta really think that it's just the way it is. There's a winner and a loser. So the coach does give some helpful advice after that, which is pretty good, but we'll cover the rest of these junior matches in the next episode of Mario Tennis Power Tour. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and comment if you want. I'm always open to criticism, and without further delay, have an awesome day. See you guys later.